Right now, traveling during the pandemic. How safe is it for those flying? And a snowstorm also slowing things down. Plus, a double dose of bad circumstances. How local shelters are dealing with an increase in demand combined with the pandemic and the cold weather.
And it's not going to be a very white Christmas across southern Wisconsin, but it may be a white New Year's. All of the details coming up.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Christmas Eve 2020. I'm Chris Stanford. Right now, airports are seeing steady increases in travelers determined to spend Christmas with family and friends. The need to travel home for the holiday comes with added risks as the coronavirus is surging. Taylor Lazenby is live at Dane County Regional Airport this morning with how things are going there. Good morning, Taylor.
Hey, Chris, good morning. Today is, of course, the busiest travel day of the year, but we're seeing fewer passengers than years past due to COVID-19. Now, it's mostly due, of course, to the pandemic and the CDC warnings to avoid flying right now. Now, they've forecasted numbers predict about 84.5 million people will travel for the holiday season, but that's 29% fewer people than in 2019, where they had 119.3 million people. Now, the airline industry as a total will take the biggest hit this holiday season with about a 60% drop in passengers. That's according to AAA.
If you do have to travel, traveling by air is still very, very safe. Back in October, the DoD released a study about the air quality in an airplane. And the air in an airplane is circulated and scrubbed 5 to 6 times more than what's recommended for an operating room, and 15 times more than in a typical home. So your chances of contracting anything while you're on an airplane is very, very, very low.
Now, if you're flying, the CDC recommends booking your ticket for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Day right now to avoid those high volume times. The airport also says that you should social distance with others when possible. Sanitize your hands frequently, and they also say it's best to sanitize your chair and seats before you sit down in the aircraft. Now, again, masks are required at all airports and even at the terminals. Now, here at the airport, there are free mask and sanitize stations. So if you forget one, they have one readily and available for you. Reporting live at the airport, Taylor Lazenby, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Taylor. Airports may be even busier today after a bunch of canceled and delayed flights yesterday. A lot of connecting flights in hubs like Minneapolis were called off. More than 300 flights were canceled there yesterday. And some airports, like the one in Fargo, were completely empty as virtually every flight was canceled due to high winds and whiteout conditions. Road conditions, meantime, not much better. This is what it looked like to drive in Minneapolis yesterday. Travel was pretty much impossible there and every other corner of Minnesota. Some highways were entirely shut down overnight. Some roads in the state are still closed this morning. Governor Tim Walz actually called in the National Guard to help with the snow emergency. The state DOT is expected to work 12-hour days through the holidays to try to clean up. And it's not just the Twin City area that's getting hit. Here's a look at Des Moines this morning. Iowa saw high winds and blowing snow. That will continue today. Hattie said earlier this morning, blustery conditions would be a good word for the weather. Nice and blustery there in Iowa. That could affect your travel plans if you're heading in that direction today, so keep that in mind. Hattie, we did see a huge system move through that area into Minnesota yesterday, and we pretty much totally missed out.
We certainly did. At least we missed out on the precipitation from this system. We definitely had some pretty strong winds across southern Wisconsin and the surrounding areas. Take a look at the peak wind gusts that I've been able to gather. These are peak wind gusts from Wednesday. Here in Madison, we gusted to 46 miles an hour, but we were on the low end of the wind gusts. We had wind gusts to 50 miles an hour in Wausau and Milwaukee and 58 miles an hour in La Crosse. So some spots were even windier than we were here in Madison. Now, the wind and the mild temperatures really doing a number on our snowpack that we had here across southern Wisconsin. Some areas now back to bare ground, and a good part of central Wisconsin looking at bare ground as well. But after that last system, there's quite a bit of snow on the ground for the northwestern corner of the state and much of Minnesota this morning. So definitely a white Christmas to the north. Now, here's a look at our future track forecast model. We're jumping ahead a couple of days. This starts Sunday morning, where we'll see some snow move in for the afternoon. It's likely to be very light, but there could be some minor accumulations with this particular system. I've really got my eye on the next system, though, for the middle of next week. Take a look at future track as we go through the day on Tuesday. It does bring some snow into the area. Now, still a lot of question marks with this system. Some of the models indicating that we could be on the warm side for a time, and again, getting some rain here in southern Wisconsin. We'll see how that pans out over the next couple of days as the models fine-tune the track of the storm. But it is one that's likely going to impact travel around the area as we close out 2020. So pay close attention to the forecast if you're traveling next week. Here's a look at Doppler track this morning. The accumulating snow has moved out of the area. We're left with just some flurries here across southern Wisconsin. Temperatures are the big story this morning. It is very cold outside. We're down to 12 here in Madison, 10 in Mineral Point, just 8 this morning in Platteville. Now, winds aren't going to be as strong as they were yesterday, but still pretty breezy. So wind chills are going to likely stay in the single digits below zero, even as we go through the day into the afternoon. Wind chills will stay very cold, starting out sometimes in the double digits below zero tomorrow morning. Here's a look at that extended forecast. It's going to be cold this Christmas with highs at 18, breezy conditions. Best chance for sun is in the morning. We do get back into the 30s, though, for the weekend.
All right, Hattie, thanks. And with this frigid weather coming just in time for Christmas, homeless shelters have their work cut out for them right now. At the Salvation Army, cold temperatures mean more people. That's on top of the holidays and a pandemic, which Director of Operations and Development Steve Heck says has brought in much more need than usual. The Salvation Army isn't turning anyone away, though, sheltering single women and families and redirecting men to other resources in Madison.
People can die. I mean, when it's that cold, it doesn't take that much, especially when you're out in it all day long, and one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is finding ways to help people when they come to us.
Just last week, the city opened the Fleet Services building on First Street as a temporary men's shelter with more than 250 beds. Well, there's a good chance some of the things that you tried to ship ahead of the holidays are going to spend the next few days stuck in the Milwaukee area. The combination of historic amounts of holiday shipping and staffing issues due to COVID has created a massive backup for the U.S. Postal Service. A bunch of packages are currently stuck at the USPS facility in Oak Creek. Some of them have been there for weeks and won't make it to their destination in time for Christmas. Officials with USPS say that they're just as frustrated as everyone else, and they're working around the clock to ship as many things as they can before tomorrow. So we've talked about how all those packages being left on doorsteps has led to more porch pirates this year. But with more and more people home during the holiday, there are also more people to watch their neighbors' backs. Michelle Medina tells us how more people are teaming up to fight back against the people stealing packages.
A driver delivering a package is a common sight during the holidays. Unfortunately, so is this. A woman who was following the truck went on Rob Trigg's porch and took it.
It's devastating, I will tell you that, especially when you come home and you're expecting those packages to be there.
Lucky for Trigg, his next-door neighbor was watching from the window and called police. Authorities caught up with her and found a number of packages inside her car.
We have such great neighbors. We all take care of each other.
Neighbors are taking care of each other nationwide. In Northern California, Isaac Fisher has started a porch pirate patrol.
Since a lot of us are working from home, including me, this is something we can do for our neighbors.
Last year, the security company Safewise estimated some 2 million packages were swiped from homes every day. And that was before the pandemic led to an increase in online shopping. So Isaac asked neighbors to step outside when they see a delivery truck.
If people see people coming out on their porch, that could be a deterrent.
It worked in New Jersey, where Jenny Schaefer saw this man reach down and pick up a package from her neighbor's porch.
I thought, not on our street. So I immediately went out the front door and onto my porch and started yelling at him.
He eventually left empty-handed. In Texas, a man was able to steal items from several homes, but quick-thinking neighbors contacted police and shared their security footage, which led to an arrest.
Michelle Medina reporting there. There are about a dozen families who will have a child at the Children's Hospital in Marshfield for Christmas. But a charity there is making sure that they can still smile this holiday season. The Christmas in July charity dropped off some toys at Marshfield's Children's Hospital yesterday. They also delivered a big gift to the hospital, a check for $43,000. It's for an entertainment system that'll let them show kids movies while the kids are getting an MRI.
We're able to put pediatric patients through their MRIs without having to use sedation and making it just a more positive experience for them.
And they can look at the MRI at a different perspective of watching a movie.
The Marshfield Children's Hospital says it'll order the new system after the new year and install it as soon as it arrives. 6:10, coming up, your stimulus check may not be coming soon after all. We'll have the latest on the holdup in Washington. And later, the Bucs season opener came down to the final shot. See how their game against the Celtics ended.
Ashley HOMESTORE's biggest New Year's mattress sale starts the day after Christmas. Save up to 65% off doorbuster mattresses like these from the best brands. Plus, get your choice of free Apple gifts with purchase of select mattresses and free quick ship delivery. New Year, big savings at Ashley HOMESTORE.
We're going to find the perfect treat.
We're going skating. We're going to Nana's.
Wherever you go this holiday, Chevy can help you get there.
Which is why we're making our Chevy employee discount available to everyone.
The Chevy price you pay is what we pay.
Not a cent more. So wherever you go, happy holidays from Chevy.
Use the Chevy employee discount for everyone to get over $5,800 below MSRP on this Equinox. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
At American Family Insurance, we've always protected more than what you drive. We've protected and supported the dreams that drive you. Right now, that means extending our 10% savings on auto premium for all current and new auto customers through March, so you can get a little closer to your dream. Whether your dream is discovering new roads and new limits, or supporting that dream. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
'Twas the holiday season, and as is often the case, magic was found in an unlikely place. Molly tried her best to make introductions. Dad couldn't see past his grown-up assumptions. But thanks to fresh ham and warm apple pie, Dad was finally able to see with fresh eyes. With the freshest assortment to make everyone's faves, the happiest holidays start with Pick and Save.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. They help restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture. We've got to have each other's backs.
CeraVe, now the #1 dermatologist recommended skincare brand.
Do you have dry, cracked hands from constant washing, cold weather, and hard work? Try O'Keefe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keefe's Lip Repair. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked lips.
So I can get the latest phones free with no hidden requirements?
Yep, all season long.
And do I have to get the most expensive plan?
Nope, no plan restrictions.
Okay, but we have to trade in our phones.
Right?
Right?
Nope, keep your phones.
Did you say free phone?
Yep, the latest phone's free for you.
Okay,
Switch to US Cellular and get the latest phones free, available all season long with no hidden requirements. US Cellular, upgrade to fair.
Ashley HOMESTORE's biggest New Year's sale starts the day after Christmas. Save big on our latest styles store-wide, including holiday doorbusters like these. Plus, take a bonus 5% off our sale prices at checkout and no interest financing for 5 years. Only at Ashley HOMESTORE.
Breaking overnight, a Columbia County family will be out of their homes for the holidays. First responders were called to a home on Salisbury Road in the town of Wyacina just after 7 o'clock last night. Someone called 911 saying they saw a fire along the roof. That person was able to wake everyone up inside the house and get them out safely. A total of 7 area fire departments responded. Nobody was hurt. The Red Cross is helping the family find a place to stay. To our coronavirus headlines this morning, the state is confirming 67 more people have died of COVID-related causes. More than 4,700 people have now died since the start of the pandemic in the spring. An additional 2,500 new cases were also confirmed in the last day. Heading into the final weeks of the year, Wisconsin now has a lifetime total of more than 460,000 cases. A visual reminder here of the cost of COVID-19 at the state capitol. A group of volunteers made a paper chain yesterday with every link representing someone who's died of COVID complications. The chain ended up being more than 800 feet long. Organizers say they hope the visual helps push the state legislature to do something to slow the spread of the virus. The legislature hasn't passed a COVID-related bill since April and isn't planning on meeting until after the new year. So good news here. Public Health Madison and Dane County say free COVID-19 testing at the Alliant Energy Center is being extended into the spring. It will continue until at least March 31st of 2021. The city says funding for test kits is provided by the state, while local dollars and federal CARES funds will help cover the costs associated with operations. Since May, the site has administered more than 330,000 tests. The site will close at 4 o'clock today and will be closed for tomorrow for Christmas. An update this morning on the investigation into the F-16 crash that killed a pilot based here in Madison. Officials now say that they're into phase 2 of that investigation. At this point, the site investigation board will work to figure out what exactly happened in the crash that killed Captain Durwood Jones. After the second phase of the investigation is complete, investigators will move into the final phase. In all, the investigation could take a year or more to report a conclusion. An online vendor says it's no longer carrying merchandise supporting the teenager accused of killing 2 protesters in Kenosha. Nearly $50,000 has been raised for the defense fund for Kyle Rittenhouse through merchandise sales. The accounts selling the items belong to one of Rittenhouse's attorneys. The site pulled the items down yesterday and terminated that account, saying they don't want to be associated with the cause. Similar efforts helped pay for Rittenhouse's $2 million bail earlier this year. President Trump has issued more than 24 more pardons, including some for his former associates. He issued 26 pardons and commuted 3 sentences last night. That includes pardons for longtime ally Roger Stone, former campaign chair Paul Manafort, and Jared Kushner's father, Charles. Both Stone and Manafort had been indicted as part of Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. Manafort was 2 years into a prison sentence for bank and tax fraud, illegal foreign lobbying, and lying to investigators. Stone had his prison sentence commuted by the president earlier this year. Charles Kushner, meantime, was prosecuted in the early 2000s for tax evasion and witness tampering. The president has now issued more than 40 pardons in the last 2 days. A group of Democrats in the House will introduce an amendment today as the president continues to threaten to veto the coronavirus relief bill. The president says he wants to see $2,000 payments go out to most Americans instead of the $600 amount that Congress had negotiated for a while. Democrats have been pushing for the $2,000 checks throughout the process and say they're more than happy to bring that proposal forward. Republican leadership hasn't commented. 6:17 as we check in now with Hattie McLean. Good morning, Hattie.
Good morning, Chris. We have a very cold day coming up today, much colder than yesterday. In fact, our official high for the day already occurred just after midnight. Temperatures were 17 degrees. It's been downward since then. We're down in the low teens right now. We'll continue to drop tonight down to near 0, so well below normal for today on the almanac. Here's a look at our current conditions. As I mentioned, is 12 here, 9 in Monroe, now 9 in the Dells, 9 in Prairie du Chien, and just 8 in Platteville this morning. This is the coldest air of the season, and we do have a wind chill to go along with these cold temperatures. Winds right now are from the west, around 10 to 20 miles an hour, so that's making it feel like it's actually below 0. Our wind chill forecast over the next 12 hours is pretty steady. You may not want to see this. It's going to feel like it's below 0 all day today, even into the afternoon. So bundle up as you head out the door. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll take a look at road conditions around the area, especially to the north and west, where they got a lot of snow yesterday.
All right, thanks, Hattie. The NBA season is now officially underway, and the Bucks have some high expectations this year. Last night, they faced a tough Celtics team. Milwaukee made a fourth-quarter surge to lead late in the game. It was seconds left. Bucks up by 1. Boston's Jason Tatum banked in a three-pointer with less than a second left to give Boston a 2-point lead. The Celtics fouled Giannis to put him at the free-throw line with a chance to tie the game. And here are those shots. Here's the final of his 2. He misses the second free throw. Boston goes on to win this one 122-121. The Bucks face Golden State tomorrow. Could be a big weekend for the Packers as they could lock up the top seed in the playoffs with a big win in Seattle, or big win and a Seattle loss. That's what they need to clinch the top spot. But it won't be easy. Packers are going to face the rushing attack of Tennessee. Tennessee's Derrick Henry, the league's leading rusher, and the Packers have a lot of troubles trying to stop the run this year. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur thinks the defense has improved as the season has gone on, but also knows that backs like Henry can make even good defenses look bad.
This is what great backs do. They make people look silly, and certainly he's been doing that for a couple years now. And he's an elite runner, and we need multiple hats at the ball because he's going to make people miss, or he may stiff arm somebody and make them miss.
So Packers-Titans, Sunday Night Football this week. Kickoff is set for 7:20 at Lambeau. If you can't stay up to see the end of this one, we'll have a recap here Monday morning. Up next, we're going to check in on Santa's progress on this Christmas Eve with the help of the NORAD Santa Tracker. And coming up in our next half hour, with all the new toys for all ages, we'll share a dangerous item you shouldn't toss in your recycling bin.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by SHOPKO Optical.
The holidays are coming, but Toyotathon's already here with great year-end deals for that special someone. Trust me, these work way better than mistletoe.
Right now, lease a new 2021 Camry for $239 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Ashley HomeStore's biggest New Year's sale starts the day after Christmas. Save big on our latest styles store-wide, including holiday doorbusters like these. Plus, take a bonus 5% off our sale prices at checkout and no interest financing for 5 years. Only at Ashley HomeStore.
Wild thing.
You know what I think? I think you owe us $48.50. Wild thing.
If you ride, you get it. GEICO Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness is a place where you can relax, be pampered, and revitalize your life in a safe and tranquil environment. Our guests' safety and comfort is our top priority. Revitalize yourself at Needed Relief today and give the gift of wellness to those you love with a Needed Relief gift card, available now online. It's exactly what we all need. Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness, Madison's world-class wellness spa.
In 1912, Leon L. Bean sold his first batch of 100 boots. 90 of them leaked. He refunded every pair and then perfected them. Because if it wasn't comfortable, he didn't want people to have it. This holiday season, we want to help you give the warmest, coziest, longest-lasting gifts on earth and make you feel more comfortable than you have in a long, long time.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. They help restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture. We've got to have each other's backs.
CeraVe, now the #1 dermatologist recommended skincare brand.
I got your back, you got mine. Think about you all the time. Together we can come through. That's what love's made of. A little taste of home is worth sharing.
Ashley HomeStore's biggest New Year's mattress sale starts the day after Christmas. Save up to 65% off doorbuster mattresses like these from the best brands. Plus, get your choice of free Apple gifts with purchase of select mattresses and free quick ship delivery. New Year, big savings at Ashley HomeStore.
The holidays are coming, but Toyotathon's already here with great year-end deals for that special someone. Trust me, these work way better than mistletoe.
Right now, lease a new 2021 Camry for $239 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
We're back. Time right now is 6:23 as we look who's sharing their morning with us. I want to thank Amy for sending this adorable picture in of her pup and a cute hat in front of the tree. Love to see that. Merry Christmas to you and your family there, Amy. Thanks for sending that in. What's your morning look like? Post a pic on our Channel 3000 Facebook page or on Twitter. Make sure to use the hashtag MyNews3Morning. We'll share our favorites here on News 3 Now. Well, it's become a bit of an annual tradition here on Christmas Eve, and that's tracking Santa's progress across the globe. So we're going to be checking in on the big guy all morning long, and right now it looks like he is on his way to Fiji. NORAD's been tracking Santa for more than 60 years now. It all started when a young kid accidentally called Continental Air Defense Command in 1955 asking to talk to Santa. They had misdialed the number they found in the paper, and the commanders have been tracking Santa ever since. And good stuff. What a great tradition. And Santa will encounter a few bumps in the road as he treks across the globe this morning. Cold temperatures and some windy conditions here, Hattie.
Yeah, he certainly will. Hopefully he can fly above that storm that moved through our area yesterday and is now headed towards the East Coast. Otherwise, his flight's going to be a little on the bumpy side. And he'll definitely want all the layers as he approaches the Midwest because it is significantly colder this morning. Take a look at where we start this morning. Clouds are clearing in southwestern Wisconsin. That's where we see the coldest temperatures. A few flurries lingering on the map as well. Can't rule out some scattered flurries today, but no accumulation is expected. Here's a look at our current wind chills. This is what it feels like outside this morning. It feels like 10 below in Platteville, 11 below in Monroe, 5 below here in Madison, and 7 below in Janesville. There still is a wind chill factor this morning, even though those winds have lightened up just a little bit from yesterday. Take a look at our pet walk forecast. Here's Bo in Columbus, eyeing up the Christmas tree.
Cute.
Very cute, though. Headed out for a walk today. We're probably going to make it a little short with temperatures only in the teens. We have our extended forecast then showing you cold conditions through Christmas Day, but a nice improvement for the upcoming weekend. We should at least be able to be a little more pleasant outside with highs in the 30s.
Thanks, Hattie. More News 3 Now this morning here on this Christmas Eve, right after this.
3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I know this all looks very Hollywood, but guess what? This is a Nissan sales event ad. Sales event ads are usually boring. Is this boring? There's a nice little present.
Family traditions mean a lot to us Wisconsinites, especially this time of year. And as we come together to celebrate the holidays, we're reminded of another tradition, planning your family's future with EdVest, Wisconsin's 529 college savings plan. The end of the year marks the perfect time to review your higher education savings goals, make a contribution, and prepare for a 2020 state tax deduction. So as you turn the calendar ahead to next year, you can feel proud you're planning a promising future for your family with EdVest.
Get more for your kitchen now at the Brothers Main Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale. We want you to absolutely love your new kitchen, so you'll get big, big savings on the latest incredible products from GE and our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. We want you to be 100% satisfied every time. That's why we're the More Store. The Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale with more selection, more savings, and more kitchen. Now at the Brothers Main, your local store for more since 1938.
Unity Point Health presents things you need to know about healthcare workers. They're real people just like us. They have houses and families, and they like to eat spaghetti. At least I bet they like to eat spaghetti. They care for everybody, even people they don't know. They might worry about getting sick, their family, their patients. Tell them thank you by wearing a mask and social distancing. Thank you, healthcare workers. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
This Christmas, Fleet Farm has every gift for every list. Don't miss the biggest last-minute deals on everything your loved ones are big into. Like for the person who's big into hosting, Fleet Farm holiday snack trays are 25% off our low fleet price. Or for someone who's big into being cozy, slippers for the family are all 25% off our low fleet price. So hurry in for these red-hot deals on last-minute gifts. Fleet Farm. Gifts are big here.
So, how's saving for the renovation going?
All done.
I will never understand how you do it.
Easy. She saves with BMO Harris. We give you a cash reward for every month you save.
So BMO will give me cash for saving money?
You bet.
Can the subject hold position 2, please?
How's this?
That's art.
That makes saving look good.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect. Get a $5 reward every month you save $200 or more in a new BMO statement savings account.
I know this all looks very Hollywood, but guess what? This is a Nissan sales event ad. Sales event ads are usually boring. Is this boring? There's a nice little present.
It's out with the old and in with the new. How to make space for your new gifts safely this Christmas, and the one item in particular that could be dangerous. And some wild winter weather could impact your travel plans for the holiday. Our team is tracking what this means for your drive or flight.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this Christmas Eve. I'm Chris Stanford. Health officials have been urging you to reconsider your holiday plans and stay home. Despite those warnings, many Americans will still travel, even fly. Taylor Lazenby is live at Dane County Regional Airport this morning with how things are going there. Good morning, Taylor.
Hey, Chris, good morning. We're seeing some few passengers this year than, of course, previous years due to COVID-19. Now, since last Thursday, throughout the start of this week, the airport expects 1,000 passengers a day to come through their security checkpoints. Now, according to AAA holiday travel forecast, people are taking a wait-to-see approach this year to see exactly what's going to happen. Of course, it's all linked to the coronavirus cases. Now, TSA is also allowing additional amounts of hand sanitizer through their checkpoints this year. But one of the things that they say always to remind people during the holiday times is that if you're bringing presents onto your flight, make sure that they are unwrapped, because if they have to go through them and they are wrapped, then they, of course, will break out that wrapping paper in the bags and your gifts will be exposed.
Come prepared with the mask, cover your coughs and sneezes, wash your hands frequently. Sanitize your hands, before and after those high touch points that you can't avoid. When we've seen high success with everyone kind of doing their piece to this, and it makes for a very safe and efficient experience.
The CDC, the Center for Disease Control, recommends postponing travel and staying home above all else, but they advise for those who do want to meet with family and friends to get tested before and after traveling. Now, to find a full list of traveling and here at the airport and recommendations for safe flights, you can log on to our website as channel3000.com. Reporting live at the airport, Taylor Lazenby, News 3 Now.
All right. Thank you, Taylor. If you're planning to travel into Minnesota or Iowa, you'll be in for some snowy conditions. Look at this. The snow has eased up since this video was taken here. This video from MSP International Airport in Minneapolis from yesterday. Hundreds of flights were canceled, and the governor had to authorize the Minnesota National Guard to help respond. Wind gusts got as strong as 60 miles an hour. Iowa also getting hit as we take a live look at Des Moines this morning. Wind is also an issue here, but luckily most of the snow has already moved on out. 6:32 as we check in with Hattie McLean. Yeah, that storm system, nothing to mess around with off to our west. Some pretty impressive snow totals, not too far away.
I know, and blizzard conditions as well. I'm seeing some of those videos where visibility was near zero when you combine the falling snow with those strong winds. Now, here are some of the snow reports that I've been able to gather this morning. The highest report that I could find was Maple Grove. That's a suburb of the Twin Cities metro area, 9 inches of snow. Amicum Falls State Park here in northern Wisconsin picked up 8 inches of snow, dropped to about 5 inches in Hudson, Duluth, and Hayward, and officially in Minneapolis, 4.7 inches of snow. Less than 3 inches, though, in Eau Claire, and just a trace here in Madison. Take a look at the winter road conditions. Now, there aren't any reports available for northwestern Wisconsin, so that's why the roads are shaded black. That doesn't mean anything, just no report available. I imagine that roads are snow-covered and slippery, though, with that snow that fell yesterday. Parts of Minnesota, though, the roads are actually closed, and those are those red shaded colored roads in the south-central part of the state. Any of the purple roads are advised to not travel on those as well. So it is pretty treacherous across parts of Minnesota and even western Wisconsin this morning. Here's a look at what we have this morning on the radar map. All the accumulating snow is out over Michigan or Lake Michigan. Just a few flurries lingering here across southern Wisconsin. Those flurries aren't going to add up to anything today, but you may see a few flurries on and off through the day. Here's a look at our current temperatures. It is 12 here in Madison, down to 9 in the Dells and Monroe. Platteville's the cold spot this morning, as is Viroqua at 8 degrees. That's only part of the story. Winds are still gusting in the 20 to 30-mile-an-hour range across southern Wisconsin, so wind chill is definitely a factor. Here's what it's going to feel like today. Our future track wind chill forecast keeps those numbers below 0 this morning. Hoping for some improvement this afternoon. Well, we're not really going to get it. Wind chills will stay below 0 even into the afternoon hours. Tonight will be very cold. Temperatures will be dropping to around 0. Wind chills by tomorrow morning will likely be in the double digits below 0 in some spots. Here's a look at your extended forecast. One more cold day on Christmas Day Friday with a high of 18. Then we're back into the 30s for Saturday and Sunday. A couple of chances for snow in the forecast as well. Sunday into Monday, and then again watching a bigger storm system for the Wednesday, Thursday time frame next week.
Yeah, we might get a white New Year's instead of a white Christmas. Thanks, Daddy. 6:35 right now. 34,000 Wisconsinites will have to spend the holidays in isolation. That's how many people have active cases of COVID this morning in the state. We continue to see new daily case numbers below the rolling 7-day average, but hospitalizations and deaths are continuing to rise. Though new cases are slowing down in the Midwest, the pandemic is far worse right now than it was in the spring and summer. New numbers from the White House Coronavirus Task Force show that we are tallying 10 times the number of daily cases compared to the spring and nearly 4 times as many as the summer. Weekly deaths are 2.5 times greater than the summer surge and growing. Wisconsin ranks 24th out of all states for new cases per capita. If lawmakers in the White House aides can't get President Trump to sign a funding and COVID relief package by Monday, the government will enter the 4th shutdown of the Trump presidency. The direct payments to Americans and additional loans to small businesses, once a near guarantee, are all up in the air this morning. Democrats hope to pass their $2,000 stimulus check amendment today. Progressive members have been pushing this since March, and the president is now backing the proposal. President Trump left for his Florida Mar-a-Lago resort without saying what he would do before the Monday deadline. President-elect Joe Biden sharing some COVID relief strategies for once he takes office. He isn't giving a detailed proposal just yet, but here's what we do know about the plan. There will be another round of stimulus checks, free COVID vaccines for all Americans, direct funding for businesses, and state and local aid money. The current package does not include any money for state or local governments. He says that he commends Republicans and Democrats for making hard compromises to pass the current package, but says it's just a first step. 27,000 Wisconsinites are waiting for their unemployment check from the DWD, but many more could lose benefits if President Trump doesn't sign the COVID stimulus bill. Unemployment payments will stop within the next week, leaving many worried about how they'll make it through. 14 million people nationwide could start the new year without payments if Congress and the president can't come to an agreement. As we get new toys, electronics, and tools this week, be careful what you do with the old ones. A local recycling company has a warning about one item in particular that could be dangerous. Imagine at a busy place like this with heavy machinery moving tons of waste. That buried in these piles could be something that could start the whole place on fire.
More styrofoam packing.
It's like searching for a very dangerous needle in a very combustible haystack.
Recycling in general, it's a great thing. It's just getting the general public educated on what actually is recyclable and what isn't.
Nick Geek runs the Pelletieri Recycling Facility on Madison's east side. The stuff you put in your green recycling bin ends up here. They sort through about 200 tons a day. He hopes that needle never makes it here. This holiday, Geek and the folks at Pelletieri are warning about the dangers of throwing out lithium-ion batteries. They're in cell phones, laptops, and power tools that can start on fire quickly, as demonstrated in this video by the FAA.
In a facility like this where there's paper and other combustibles, a fire can spread extremely fast.
It's fires like these that Pelletieri is trying to avoid. As more electronics hit the market with cheaper lithium-ion batteries, more fires are happening at waste facilities. They can also start in garbage trucks.
Lithium-ion batteries and propane tanks can cause sparks that will...
The company put together this video as a call for safety. If there's one thing they want you to do this holiday season, it's to recycle your electronics properly. Now, you can recycle old electronics and lithium-ion batteries at Best Buy, Home Depot, Batteries Plus, or the city of Madison has a drop-off site, as do other municipalities. While I was there, they gave me a good tip on how to tell if your wrapping paper is recyclable. So if you can tear it easily, like that tore really easily, you can recycle it. Go ahead and throw it in your green bin. But if it's maybe feels a little bit more plasticky, like it's got a coating on it and does not tear easily, like this bag here, throw it in the trash. They don't want to see stuff like that at the recycling facility. It can cause problems. Also, they don't want you to recycle your old Christmas lights. Those can get caught up in their machinery and put their employees in a pretty dangerous place. All right, take a look at this. A nursing home manager is lifting her residents' spirits this holiday season with customized Christmas trees. Fran Davenport made 78 personalized trees for her residents after she heard that they were starting to lose hope. They look great, don't they? She considered their personalities and religions, and to top it all off, she even made the employees personalized gift baskets. Way to go. So we've been reporting on porch pirates here in Madison, but burglaries like that are a universal problem. One man in Missouri had enough of it, and he is fighting back with some help from his cat. Bruce Watson's security cameras were recording people stealing his stuff and scoping out the rest of the neighborhood. He had a few extra Amazon boxes in his basement, so he decided to fill them with what was left in his cat's litter box. He left the packages on the porch, and it didn't take long for someone to pick one up.
I've had 2 cat crap packages stolen just this week alone.
How about that, huh? A neighbor actually found one of the packages we're showing you right here. It was opened up and thrown on the ground. It had a little note inside of it written for whoever picked up the package. That's pretty clever there. Some creative thinking to get back those porch pirates. Holiday traditions look a lot different this year for many of us, but there is one tradition that still looks just how you remembered it. Joining us live this morning is Casey Healy, who helps out at the Holiday Fantasy and Lights at Olin Park. We want to say good morning to you. Tell us how it's going this morning.
It's going pretty good. It's a nice, brisk Christmas Eve morning. The season's been good, though. We've had a lot of vehicles come through the park this year. We're probably averaging between 12,000 and 14,000 vehicles a week, so it's been a good year.
Well, that's great. We would love to see some of your favorite displays to show the folks at home as we're showing some video here, but is there anything there live this morning that you could show us that you'd like to show off?
Well, I believe the archways we first come in here is one of our better displays. It's you know, it's got some nice flashing motion to it. Just off to our right, we have the dancing trees that are in sync with music that's on the park when you tune it into your radio. But I don't think you can see it on camera, but the old standby to me is the old gingerbread man. He stands about 24 feet tall, and he's been with us for 32 years. So.
Love seeing that. I took the family last weekend, and we had a great time. So for anyone coming into the park, do you have any advice for them on how to make the wait go a little quicker, maybe a little bit more smoothly? Any advice for the folks at home?
Well, I tell you, we got the lights going on all the way through to we'll be turning them off the Sunday after New Year's Eve. So I think after the holidays, it'll be you know, traffic should be down, and I think it'll be a little bit easier for people to come into the park. And there is 2 entrances into the park, so hopefully that'll ease the traffic up a little bit.
Oh, that's great. Well, Casey, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We wanted to highlight the tradition and give the folks a little holiday cheer. Appreciate your time.
All righty. Stay warm and stay safe.
Will do. Now, if you are going to the lights, I recommend coming in from the south. That way you can take a right turn into the park. I made the mistake of coming in from the north on John Nolan and had to take a left, and it took us probably a little bit longer than it would have normally taken. So coming again from the south. 6:43 now. Coming up, holiday cards, of course, a way to share your year with your loved ones. But with the year we've had, some families are getting creative. We'll show you some of our favorites. And later in the
something I remember researching phones.
Check your medicine cabinet. More than 400,000 bottles of Excedrin are being recalled. Why officials say it poses a risk to your children.
HOMESTORE's biggest New Year's mattress sale starts the day after Christmas. Save up to 65% off doorbuster mattresses like these from the best brands. Plus, get your choice of free Apple gifts with purchase of select mattresses and free quick ship delivery. New Year, big savings at Ashley HOMESTORE.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. They help restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture. We've got to have each other's backs.
CeraVe, now the #1 dermatologist recommended skincare brand.
Do you have dry, cracked hands from constant washing, cold weather, and hard work? Try O'Keefe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keefe's Lip Repair. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked lips.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-936-5735. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-936-5735.
Let's get to it, America. Because joy doesn't just happen. You make it happen. And during the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event, we're helping you make even more joy. Come get the best deals of the season with offers on select Ford SUVs and Ford Fusion. Everything you need to make the holidays brighter than ever. That's how we're making joy this season. How will you? Hurry in for the final days. Get Fusion with 0 for 66 financing plus $1,500 cash back and $2,000 trade assist or lease for $199.
Ashley HOMESTORE's biggest New Year's sale starts the day after Christmas. Save big on our latest styles store-wide, including holiday doorbusters like these. Plus, take a bonus 5% off our sale prices at checkout and no interest financing for 5 years. Only at Ashley HOMESTORE.
On the next Live Before, Dr. Zorba Pastor has all the latest COVID-19 news. Plus, we'll wrap up our Sounds of the Season with dueling pianos. Perfect for Christmas Eve.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger to create a personalized news feed just for you. The topics you want, the day's top stories, and push alerts for breaking news all through Messenger. Learn more at channel3000.com.
Welcome back. Holiday cards are a tradition for a lot of families and a way to share a glimpse of what your year was like with loved ones, right? Because 2020, though, has been, well, 2020. A lot of families are taking the chance to have some fun with their Christmas cards this year. We thought we'd share some of them. These came from USA Today and the HuffPost. Some common themes we've seen were dumpster fires, stocking up on all that toilet paper, cleaning supplies, and just being 100% over it. Yeah, dumpster fire there, showing off the toilet paper. Look at that, yeah. I don't know where these people got all this toilet paper, Hattie.
I don't know, but I noticed on one of those cards, they did write things that they're currently hoarding, and someone said Oreos and a few other things. So that is funny because that's kind of what happened this year. Never thought we'd see that coming, but yeah, people were looking for toilet paper.
I can't believe it.
Well, let's get you up to date with our forecast for today. We have temperatures in the single digits in some spots this morning. A little bit of flurry activity still on the radar map as well. Here's a look at Doppler track. Just outside of a few flurries, we're not looking at any accumulating snow today. Temperatures are the big story. 12 here in Madison, 10 in the Dells, Monroe, Platteville, and Prairie du Chien are in the single digits, as is Viroqua. Now the cold spot at 7 degrees above zero. Winds are a factor today. They're not going to be as strong as they were yesterday, but still enough to create a wind chill. Winds will be in the 15 to 20 mile an hour range right through the afternoon into the evening. So our wind chill forecast today is a cold one. It'll feel like it's below zero for almost the entire day. That's the wind chill number, what it feels like. So bundle up as you head out the door today. Christmas will be cold, but we do have a nicer forecast coming up for the weekend.
All right. Thanks, Yadi. 6:49 right now. The morning sprint is coming up after the break. But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, let us know so we can share their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Ashley HomeStore's biggest New Year's sale starts the day after Christmas. Save big on our latest styles store-wide, including holiday doorbusters like these. Plus, take a bonus 5% off our sale prices at checkout and no interest financing for 5 years. Only at Ashley HomeStore.
The holidays are a time for giving.
To your friends, your family,
to your teachers.
In that spirit of giving,
Chevy's proud to give our employee discount to everyone.
The Chevy price you pay
is what we pay. Not a cent more.
Because giving and giving back is what the holidays are all about.
Use the Chevy employee discount for everyone to get a total value of over $8,400 on this Silverado.
Get the Chevy employee discount for everyone today.
Updating your home? Looking for that fresh new piece? See what's in store at Habitat Restore Dane County. Discover one-of-a-kind finds and discounts on appliances, furniture, and building supplies. Whatever your project, do yourself a favor and visit Habitat Restore.
At GHC, we want you to be safer at home. We have more ways for you to get care anywhere, anytime, day or night. Be seen, be safe, be home. We will get through this together, and we will all get better together.
You're up early.
Well, U.S. Cellular is giving away the latest phones for free with no hidden requirements, so I did not want to miss it.
Actually, you can get the latest phones free all season long.
What? All season long, huh?
Yep, and no hidden requirements.
You in the market for any camping gear? Only been used once.
At U.S. Cellular, get the latest phones free with the plan of your choice and no required phone trade-ins all season long. U.S. Cellular. Upgrade to fair.
Hey! Yeah? I switched to GEICO and got more. More savings on car insurance. They helped with homeowners, too. Okay. Plus, motorcycle, boat, and RV insurance. GEICO's got you covered. Like a blanket.
Houston, you seeing this?
GEICO. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Let's get to it, America. Because joy doesn't just happen. You make it happen. And during the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event, we're helping you make even more joy. Come get the best deals of the season with offers on select Ford SUVs and Ford Fusion. Everything you need to make the holidays brighter than ever. That's how we're making joy this season. How will you? Get Escape with 0 for 66 financing plus $1,500 cash and $2,000 trade assist during the final days of the Built for the Holidays sales event.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's biggest New Year's appliance sale starts the day after Christmas. Find huge holiday savings on top brand appliance doorbusters like these, plus 18 months financing and guaranteed delivery in 5 days. New year, big savings at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Stay updated on coronavirus vaccine information with News 3 Now.
6:52, time for the morning sprint. 34,000 Wisconsinites will have to spend the holidays in isolation. That's how many people have active cases of the virus this morning. We continue to see new daily case numbers below the rolling 7-day average, but hospitalizations and deaths continue to rise. Though new cases are slowing down in the Midwest, the pandemic is far worse right now than it was in the spring or summer. New numbers from the White House Coronavirus Task Force show that we are tallying 10 times the number of daily cases compared to the spring and nearly 4 times as many as summer. Weekly deaths are 2.5 times greater than the summer surge and growing. Wisconsin ranks 24th out of all states for new cases per capita. The direct payments to Americans and additional loans to small businesses, once a near guarantee, are all up in the air this morning. Democrats hope to pass their $2,000 stimulus check amendment today. Progressive members have been pushing for this since March, and the president is now backing the proposal. President Trump left for a Florida trip to Mar-a-Lago, where he did not say what he would do regarding the stimulus bill. If a spending and stimulus deal aren't reached, though, by Monday, the federal government will shut down. 27,000 Wisconsinites are waiting for their unemployment check from the DWD, and many more could lose benefits if President Trump doesn't sign the COVID stimulus bill. Unemployment payments will stop within the next week, leaving many worried about how they'll make it through. 14 million people nationwide could start to lose their payments this new year if Congress and the president don't come to an agreement. 26 more people are getting pardons from President Trump meantime, including Paul Manafort and Roger Stone. Both have been convicted in cases stemming from Special Counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. Charles Kushner, the father of the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, also got a pardon. Kushner served his sentence over a decade ago for financial crimes and witness tampering. President Trump also rushing to build more of the border wall before his term ends. Building a 450-mile wall had been a campaign promise the president made to his supporters. Customs and Border Protection says almost all of it is complete. People against the wall say the construction process has been an environmental catastrophe. President-elect Joe Biden has pledged to end construction on the wall. Pentagon estimates show stopping construction would save the U.S. nearly $3 billion. 74 people are facing federal charges in Milwaukee tied to Operation Legend. Bill Barr shared the results of the operation during his last day as Attorney General. Barr says Operation Legend has removed violent criminals, domestic abusers, carjackers, and drug traffickers. It started in Kansas City, Missouri in July and expanded to other cities over the summer. If you spent more money online this year, there's a silver lining for your bank account. As it turns out, more spending online leads to bigger tax cuts in Wisconsin. The state is required to take the amount it collects from online sales tax to be taken out of income taxes. The Department of Revenue stops collections in September, so your holiday haul will likely go toward future cuts. The blizzard we saw in Iowa and Minnesota is moving out of the Midwest this morning as we take a live look at Des Moines. Patty says it's blustery there, though. If you're headed that way for Christmas, you want to keep your hands on the wheel.
And a look at our temperature change over the last 24 hours. We're running about 30 to 40 degrees colder in most spots this morning than this time yesterday. Here are the actual numbers, close to 10 across most of southern Wisconsin. Wind chill is a factor, though. It feels like it's below zero in all locations. As you head out the door this morning, bundle up. You'll want those extra layers as temperatures hold steady in the teens through the afternoon. Looking ahead to Christmas, it'll be cold as well, with highs only at 18 degrees.
We'll be back Monday. Merry Christmas.